I watch and listen to a lot of content, a lot of stuff about business, a lot of stuff about making content, and I've noticed that when I make these videos and I talk about stuff, a lot of the time I'm just repeating what I learn online. I just kind of interpret the video or the podcast or whatever it is from Alex Hormozi or whatever business guru or content creator I've watched, and I kind of just repurpose it and re-talk about it through how I interpret it. But I'm not actually applying any of that stuff. I haven't actually gone and done it and then I talk about it. I find something out about business or making content or whatever, or just life thoughts in general, but I don't apply it. I don't go out and do the thing that they say you're supposed to do and then come back and say, here's what I did. I just go, this is a general rule for everyone to follow, and I don't follow it either. And I see a lot of people do this. I've recently seen this guy who's a year older than me, lives in the same city and friends with a couple of, friend of a friend, don't really know him, but he makes a lot of content on building a community or door-to-door sales or whatever. He gives away all these he talks about all these stats, and he says waking up is maturing is realizing that door-to-door sales isn't the right thing, and he promotes this community, but he doesn't add any value. He hasn't gone and done something. He's just repeating stats and repeating things that other people have said. And it kind of, at first I was like, oh, that guy sucks or whatever, but I realized I'm the same. I think I know a lot about stuff, but in reality I'm just repeating what other people have said. And I haven't put that much of the stuff I've learned into action. So I've done a fair bit of looking into business stuff and content stuff and life stuff, like self-improvement things, and I have talked a lot about them, but I haven't done that much. I haven't actually tried things out, recorded what actually happens, and then talked about what happens. Yep. Okay, I'll be there in a second. And I want to call this the parrot effect. So even this is something I listen to on a podcast, but it's where someone kind of absorbs some information from someone else, from their experiences, and just kind of records it and then says it in their own context. So instead of for me, it would be maybe posting 3 times a week. This is a conversation I had, by the way. You should be posting 3 times a week on Instagram or more, and then just pump content out, edit it really fast, high editing, and then add some stories on top of that, and that's how you would grow an Instagram account. I haven't actually done that. I haven't posted lots. I haven't edited a heap of Instagram videos or whatever, but I said to my mum, I was like, if we want to build the cafe up, that's what we should do. With no experience. That's purely from hearing what other people have said and kind of looking at other examples. I have no actual physical experience doing that stuff, and I want to be more careful with the way I word things and kind of give out information, because a lot of the stuff that we think we know, we think we understand something because we've been told, we've been taught it. Not even taught it, just we have heard it. So we think we know it, we think we understand it, but in reality we really don't. I know for a fact that if you put a few hours a week into playing soccer specifically, you'll get better at playing soccer. I know that for a fact because I've done it. I know that if you sit by yourself instead of talking to your friends, you'll probably get more work done, because I've done that before. But I don't know how to successfully grow a YouTube channel from 100 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers, because I haven't done that. I know the theory behind it. I know what people say you should probably do, but I don't actually know how to do it. And sometimes I talk about stuff as if I know and understand how to do it. And I think a lot of people do that. And it was something I used to get quite annoyed at when I was younger. My brother used to do this all the time, where I would say something and then he would repeat it. Or he would finish my story or something because he'd heard about the story. Like, I would be sitting at the dinner table telling a story about my life and he would finish it because he'd heard about it from someone else, and that really pissed me off. But that's what a lot of us do. We read these quotes, or we hear about this stuff and then we repeat it as if we made it up. But I want to start, and I think it's a good thing for everyone to think about, is to start talking about stuff that you've actually done, not stuff that you've heard about or something that might work or sounds like it should work, just stuff that you've done. I tried this out and here's what happened. I know this because I did it. If I can get to a point in my life where I've done enough stuff to actually talk about all that stuff, like I am really interested in business. I want to learn a lot about that. But learning about that stuff, I've done a lot of learning about it. I still don't have a business. I still haven't run a successful business. I'm still not doing that well. So, if I want to actually apply that stuff, like Alex Hormozy, see, here I go again, parroting stuff. Alex Hormozy talks about you don't actually learn anything until you change your behavior in the same condition. So if you hear a podcast and they say, get up in the morning, it's good for you, you can go, yeah, that makes sense. But if you don't get up in the morning, you haven't changed, you haven't learnt anything. So, I need to start applying what I've learnt, because I've learnt fucking plenty. If I applied any of the stuff that I've learnt, like 2 or 3 of the things I've learnt about business or self-improvement, I'd be a much better person. So, step 1, applying the stuff I have heard about. Step 2, gathering results, doing it for a long enough period of time to know what happens when you do that thing. And then 3, then I can start to talk about it and say, I know this, I know that, this is what happens, because I would have actually done it. So, just something to think about. Maybe stop parroting everything you hear. Try and do something instead of just learning about it.